Today we're going to talk to you from inside the vortex, pulling out all the stops and calling you toward who you really are by helping you to understand that this law of attraction, who really is your friend, has amassed all kinds of wonderful things for you. And in any moment of time, if you don't feel good, it's not because you're not worthy, it's not because you haven't asked, and it's not because what you've asked for has not been answered. It's because you've been practicing a vibration that is a deviation from what you are asking for. We've noticed as we've given you processes that sometimes our processes and others help you to focus more on alignment, but many of you offer so much effort, mostly and in some cases only when things aren't going well. In other words, you wait until you're sick before you start intending to be well. You wait until something isn't going well before you focus on it at all. It's almost like you've become so problem-oriented that you're sort of stuck in the vibration of the problem, much more than you intended when you decided to come forth. Oh, you knew there would be variety. You knew there would be contrast. You knew that the contrast would help you to sharpen your focus. You knew, even if you were a one-celled organism, this contrast that surrounded you would help you to define new desires, and the evolution of your species would be about that. You knew all of that. So you came fully understanding contrast and embracing it because you knew then the larger part of you still knows that when a problem comes into focus, the solution does too. We just want to help you get more solution-oriented faster by being more sensitive to your emotions early on so that you catch those off thoughts, those off memories, those off beliefs, those off vibrations, before they get such a foothold that then they really have your attention. It's so much easier to catch them in the early subtle stages than to wait until it is more full-blown in your experience. This morning I woke up in the vortex and I felt enthusiastic. I love waking up in the vortex and feeling enthusiastic. I like a feeling of eagerness. I like a feeling of satisfaction. Today I looked at someone and felt such appreciation for them. I really enjoy feeling love when I'm in the vortex. I feel satisfied. I like being in the vortex because things feel clearer. I feel clear-minded. I feel kind of elated. My body feels good when I'm in the vortex. I like taking a walk. When I'm in a vortex. My dog licks my face when I'm in the vortex. I feel good when I'm in the vortex. Food tastes good. I like being in the vortex. When I'm in the vortex, I know my power. When I'm in the vortex, I feel more sure about things. When I'm the vortex, I know my own goodness. When I'm in the vortex, I just feel good about myself. When I'm in the vortex, I trust that things are going to go well. When I'm in the vortex, I feel optimistic about things. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ready for more. When I'm in the vortex, I feel like I can do about anything. When I'm in the vortex, I feel more sure of myself. When I'm in the vortex, I let people off the hook more. When I'm in the vortex, good things happen to me. When I'm in the vortex, I can feel I'm in the flow. When I'm in the vortex, I feel ease about life. When I'm in the vortex, it's like the universe cooperates with me. When I'm in the vortex, I know my goodness because it sort of surrounds me. When I'm in the vortex, the universe gives me evidence that I'm in there. Not as a reward, but as a consequence of my alignment with who I am. When I'm in the vortex, indicators that show up around me in conversations, my emotions, and real life are proof that I'm in the vortex. I like being in the vortex. It seems easy to stay there. I don't want to leave. It's natural and acceptable to think about creation. I feel limitless. I'm thankful for all the life I've lived and the things I've accomplished. When I'm in the vortex, things line up for me better. When I'm in the vortex, it's like time slows down and satisfaction speeds up. When I'm in the vortex, I savor more. When I'm in the vortex, I sit and contemplate, and my thoughts are pleasing to me. When I'm in the vortex, sometimes I just ponder, just for the satisfaction of pondering that thought. When I'm in vortex, it's like I only have access to the memories that are pleasing and to the current environment that is pleasing. When I'm in the vortex, I can feel that the whole of me is integrated with the source that is me, and I know my power and my well-being. And I sort of want to shout it from the rooftops. I want to say, bring it on world, because I can handle it. I want to say whatever it is, I'm up for it. I want to say I signed on for sifting through contrast and I'm good at it. I want to say, I know how to direct my thoughts, I've trained myself there. I'm really good at what I do. I'm a powerful focuser. I have been for a long time. I love to focus upon good feelings and thoughts. I love to focus myself into alignment. I love being in the vortex. I love who I am. I love this experience of creation. I love the source energy part of me and lining up with it. I love the fact that I was willing to depart from source a bit to stir things up. I love how much I stirred up. I love how much I put there. I love the power of my desire. I think it's my time. I think it's time. I think I've paid the price of contrast. I think I've put plenty there. And I think I'm willing to let go of the resistant aspects of my life experience. I think I'm ready to just start trusting. To start trusting the laws of the universe and putting this vortex thing to a test. I'm going to stop struggling and striving, and I'm going to let my undivided attention go toward whatever it takes for me to get into the vortex. I love you and what you represent. I love the clarity that you've brought to me and the understanding that I have garnered for myself. I'm appreciative of all of the people who have sort of prodded me into expansion, and I am eager to come into full and constant alignment with that expansion. I acknowledge that I've spent time outside the vortex, and I'm happy that you remind me that everybody does. I acknowledge that I know the difference between alignment and not. You've given me many processes that have helped me know. And I have found myself feeling relief on occasion, but not really very often. I've been more in the vortex in this last 5 minutes that you've been rampaging to me once. I finally stopped struggling and allowed you to have your way with me. I've been in the vortex longer now than I have in a very long time, and I'm starting to feel the soothing effects of being there. I'm starting to understand the love that you and the Source have for me, and I'm starting to taste victory in the things I've been asking for. I want to tell everyone listening in the universe that they are picking up pieces of this message. I'm giving up my reason for feeling bad. I'm giving up my excuses. I'm giving up my statements of what is not working. I'm giving up, I'm yielding. I'm yielding to the truths and to the laws that you've been speaking to me. What I've been doing has been halfway, even though I've been wanting to do it all the way. I've given it more effort than anybody that you know in all of the people that you've been teaching. I've given it more effort, and in my struggle from outside the vortex, I have not managed what I want. And so now I see the light a little bit. I see why you began depicting a vortex as a vivid reality with a line that I could cross. I'm beginning to understand that your request for me to get into the vortex is the only thing that will ever work for me. I have to let go of all of those pieces, because in my interaction with all of those pieces, I just hold myself out and hold myself out and hold myself out, and my frustration is huge when I hold myself out as I'm trying to explain. But I'm only out because of this reality and this reality and this reality. In what I now understand, you were never trying to tell me that those facts didn't exist. You were just telling me that focusing on them doesn't help me. Abraham, you've persuaded me that it's time for me to tell the story of my empowerment, my worthiness, and the benefits of my knowledge of the law of attraction. It's time for me to figure out what the vortex is and get into it. I'm going to stop thinking my way into the vortex and start feeling my way in. I feel like I've been looking for this for a long time. There is no doubt that you are in the whirlwind. You have proven it. The way you talk shows that you're in a spiral. I will not admit that I am in the vortex, but I like the sound of the way you sounded from inside the vortex, and it will be my eternal quest to give up whatever I have to give up, to spend more of my time in the vortex. It's my time. It's my time to reap the benefit of the work I've done, and now I'm going to turn my undivided attention toward getting into the vortex as best I can. I want to be a cooperative component. I want to be a vibrational match to all that I've been asking for. I want to be a cooperative component. I want to be a vibrational match to the source within me, to the culmination of all that I have become. I want to fulfill my reason for being here. I want to have step 1 moments. I want to acknowledge that source is having step 2 moments. I want to be aware of the difference between a step 1 and a step 3. Vibration, I want to acknowledge that it's all right for me to have step 1 moments. I want to know that it's okay to be out of the vortex. I want to make peace with where I am. I want to look for the positive aspects wherever I am. I want to make lists of things that feel better than other things. I want to make lists of things that feel good until I've increasingly improved list. I want to activate within myself thoughts about things that feel good. I want the dominant thoughts that I think to be inside the vortex kind of thoughts. I want the majority of the beliefs that I hold to match the beliefs that Source holds. I want to relieve myself of the flawed premises that I picked up along the physical trail. I want to let all other people live as they want to live. I no longer want to use anyone or anything is my excuse to be outside the vortex. I'm an in the vortex person. I'm someone who wants to be in the vortex, but I'm still physically focused. And while my source is always in the vortex, I'm willing to come out and play and put more good stuff in. But now I understand the relationship. I understand what emotions are. I understand the vibrational frequencies between who I am and who I'm being. I love the emotional guidance system that is within me. I love feeling my way into the vortex. I love knowing the well-being of the vortex. I love knowing that all truly is well with me. I love feeling the worthiness of my beingness, and the prosperity of my being, and the vitality of my being, and the clarity of my being, and the knowing of my being. I love being the feeling of abundance is the feeling of well-being. It is the feeling of good creation that draws good things to you. It's a feeling of worthiness, a feeling of being in the right place, the feeling of being blessed. It's the feeling of being fortunate. It's a feeling of being in the right place at the right time. It's not just my point of attraction, we're speaking from you. My point of attraction isn't just about money flowing, it's about ideas flowing and people flowing. And when people and ideas and money flow together, it's so exhilarating to be able to merge all of those things together, of people and places and ideas and the means to accomplish it. It's ease, it's fun, it's full, it's who I am. I have the leverage of the universe supporting me. The energy that creates worlds is flowing to me and through me. I feel invincible and complete and sure and eager. I feel eager about you, see. So you see how it gets going before you know it. You're on top of the world and nothing. And the financial experience in this moment is irrelevant to this equation because your point of attraction has been enhanced and you are rich with a vibrational offering that just brings this and this and this. And besides, the reason that you want any of that anyway is for the feeling of it. And once you accomplish the feeling of it, now you're there where the details have to fill in. It is law. It must happen. It has to happen. It can't happen. Once you achieve that grid, everyone that you know, no matter how they got there, has that going on. If they're in and do, you know anyone who is finding financial balance but doesn't have the other balance, of course you do. In other words, the more you work on these grids and the more they line up, then the more you'll feel good in all moments regarding all things. This is what it's all about. Humans come, often they bang around, they can hardly wait to croak so that they can receive their reward. And we say, hey, the reward is the physical manifestation, and it is as delicious as you allow it to be. You get to decide what your reward is, who it goes to, how you'll get it, how to interpret it, and how to experience it. In other words, it's all you, with the constant attention, love and respect of that which is us, you.